Morning, Hank. It's Tuesday. I've been asked to talk about Vroman's Bookstore, a little bookshop in Pasadena, California. Initially, I thought of this as not so much an assignment, but more of an involuntary reflex, like breathing. It would be so easy, so simple, that it would take me no time at all. You see, Vroman's isn't a place I'm unfamiliar with, but instead a place I've been coming to since I was a little girl. I consider Vroman's more home than any home I've ever lived in. However, the longer I sat in front of my empty Word document, the cursor blinking back at me ceaselessly, the more I realized I have no idea how to put words to the feelings Vroman's held for me. How does one put words to the song in their heart? How to express an unfathomable peace? I have no idea how to explain why the kites that hang from the ceiling make me smile so much, or why the sunlight glinting off the books makes me feel warm and secure. I can't possibly explain what the people who I work with have done for me, how they're more than coworkers, but family, kindred spirits, and priceless friends. So I won't talk about these treasured compatriots, or myself, at least not directly. Instead, I'm going to tell you about this man, Adam Clark Vroman. Up until about a week ago, I didn't really know much about Mr. Vroman except for his name, and that in 1894, he had the incredible idea to build this store. However, there is so much more to Adam Vroman's story than that. In the late 1800s, Mr. Vroman packed up his home, moving him and his wife from LaSalle, Illinois to Little Pasadena, California, in hopes that the warmer weather would improve his wife's health. She died 2 years later, and Adam Vroman was left with no family, nothing but his small collection of books. His dream of saving his wife was gone. So, Vroman, as an elixir to soothe his grieving heart, pursued a new dream. He sold his beloved collection of books and opened up a bookstore. He didn't just build a bookstore, he built a community. Adam Vroman set down roots and created a place that set out to do more than just sell books, but that helped the people as well. Part of the reason that Vroman's Bookstore is so beloved by the community and its people is for our Gives Back program that's given over $660,000 to various organizations on behalf of our customers.
Okay, you ready to check it out?
Yeah.
Are you part of our Gives Back program?
No, I'm not.
Would you like to join?
Sure. I was also surprised to find that along with being an avid reader and philanthropist, Mr. Vroman was also an accomplished photographer. He has influenced such photographers as Ansel Adams, and his works have hung in many museums, including the Getty and the Huntington Library. In the late 1800s, Adam Clark Vroman went on a 10-year expedition photographing Southwest missions and pueblos and its people. Learning what I have of this man, it was no surprise that he chose to capture significantly underrepresented and forgotten groups of people. He was an amazing man with an amazing dream, a dream that lives and thrives today. Which brings us to the present. I'm not a little girl anymore. I'm all grown up, but I find myself struggling to describe how Vroman's makes me feel like both the adult I am, but also like the little girl who was never tall enough to reach the books. Vroman's is the hometown of my heart, and I know I'm not alone. How does one express thanks to a man who they never knew, who created a place one could never forget, a place for those in search of their dreams? In that respect, this little bookstore isn't so little, but vast, grand, and magical. Adam Vroman created a place where employees and customers alike can imagine and dream. Maybe that is why he sold his small trove of antique books. Not so that he could have a bookstore, but a place for people to dream. Maybe that was his dream. And while I never knew Adam Clark Vroman, I'd like to think he'd be happy with how his dream turned out. Hank, I'll see you on Friday.